Number of children going missing, especially during the holiday season, continues to be a major concern. Authorities are urging parents to be very vigilant during this time of the year. Missing Kids South Africa also appealing for the public's assistance in tracking down other missing children. Well, we've spoken before. Bianca van Aswegen from the organisation joining us live now. Hello to Bianca, and it's so sad that every year, if it's not me, it's someone else on the channel talking to you about the number of missing children. And here we are again. It's almost as though we don't learn as a country. Just give me a sense, before we talk about what to do, how bad is the situation?
Good afternoon, Gareth. Yes, once again, we're here with the same story of children going missing. This is a yearly increase that we see with children going missing, especially over the festive season. It is school holidays, it is busy. And once again, it's almost like you said, it's actually if people do not take in the message and realize that this is something that is increasing daily in our country, and the severity of children going missing is of a great concern. It's the most devastating thing that a family can go through.
I want to try and help those who are watching at home, Bianca, but it's all good and well for you and I to sit here and talk about missing children and authorities getting involved and police, and we'll get to that in a moment. What are the common mistakes that parents and those involved say happens? Because I've spoken to the NSRI before. We're talking about seconds. It's about turning your back on your children in a shopping centre. They go to look for a toy, you go to the till. They go to get takeaways, you go and pay. It's the smallest moments. Help a parent watching this evening understand how quickly this can happen.
Very true. It's really something that can happen within seconds. Being down at our beaches, just turning your head, your child disappears, and you don't know where he is or she is, especially in shopping centres as well. So the problem comes in is that people or parents and guardian needs to be more vigilant about where their children are at all times and whom they're with. This is something that happens. It can happen to anyone at any time, at any place. So that is why we urge parents to be more vigilant, be more careful. We need to keep our children safe. And this is something also that parents and guardians do not do. And that is they think that as soon as a child has gone missing, oh, don't worry, we'll just wait a few minutes and see the child will come back by themselves. You know, waiting a day or two, then time has lapsed. And unfortunately, by then the child could be anywhere without having reported it as yet.
I'm so glad you mentioned the word reporting right at the end. Can we please clarify, Bianca, what is the waiting time for reporting a child missing? Years gone by, you and I have been speaking many years now. There was a 48-hour or a 72-hour or a 24-hour, depending on the year. What is actually the law right now before a parent phones the police, phones authorities and says, my child is missing? Because we've heard these stories, so talk to this for me. We've heard police saying, no, the child has not been gone long enough. You need to wait. What is the actual law as we sit here right now?
The actual law states that there's absolutely no waiting period in reporting a child or a person as missing in South Africa. So it needs to be reported immediately. As you mentioned now, people are still under the impression that they have to wait. There's a certain period of time that has to lapse before they can go and open a case. That really does not exist anymore at all. The quicker the case gets reported, the quicker action can be taken. So the first and the vital thing is to report it to your nearest police station immediately. If you are told to wait, we unfortunately do see cases where the police are still informing the parents to wait 24 hours. Please ask to speak to the station commander immediately, or contact us at Missing Children South Africa so we can assist, because that case needs to be open so that action can be taken.
What does a parent do as opposed to you? I'm so glad you brought it up and you clarified what there is no waiting period. I want to be very clear on this. There is no waiting period, not just for children, but anyone missing at all. You're in a shopping centre. Let me paint a scenario for you. You're in a shopping centre. You've gone to go do some shopping. Your child disappears. Is the first point of call the shopping centre management, the security, the police? Because let's be honest, in those moments, those precious moments, Bianca, we panic, don't we? We can't think clearly. Where does someone go to first? What's the first point of call?
Yes, as soon as a child or a person has gone missing, it is a panic state, and you have to try and think clearly and stay calm in that moment. As you said now, in the scenario of being in a shopping center, it's difficult, to just think straight immediately what to do, phoning the police. But in a shopping center instance, I mean, we deal with different scenarios down at the beaches, in front of our house, at the school, in a playground. But in a shopping center specifically, the security and management does play a vital role in this. So they can lock down the shopping center, they can get the security to block all the exits, they can get, they've got announcements over the radio or their internal radio that they've got within the shopping center to give a description of the child that has gone missing, to get the police out there immediately, and so that everybody is alert on the child that has gone missing and everybody can look out. And that's the immediate actions to be taken at that stage.
So right now we're talking about a reactive state. Is there a point where we can be more proactive? I'm not a parent, but I'm trying to imagine myself in their shoes. So what you're talking about is reactive, after it's happened, after the fact. How do we, as parents, as responsible South Africans, those of us with elderly parents, what's a proactive approach? Do we put a little bangle on our parents? Do we put a bangle on our children? Do we give them a cell phone? What are we meant to do? Give me some practical advice.
Yes, now we want to prevent this from happening, not having to speak about scenario of what to do when your child has gone missing. We want to prevent our children and people from going missing. As you mentioned, especially our elder people with dementia and Alzheimer's, we do ask people to put a little bracelet around their arm with an emergency number. They tend to wander off and get lost, especially with our mentally challenged children. That happens as well. But especially very young children, having take them to shopping centers, make sure that they're secure in a trolley. Get those little clasps that the abseilers use, clip it onto their pants, onto their trolley, so that if someone tries to grab them, they are fastened to the trolley and it makes it more difficult. Also dress your children, for instance, in brightly colored clothes so they're easily spotted in a crowd of people. Teenagers, for instance, never go anywhere alone. We call it the buddy system. Always stay together, never go to public bathrooms alone. Our children that walk with earphones in their ears, they need to be vigilant. They don't hear what's going on around them. They're distracted. It's all these small little things that could really save someone's life. And then we also urge parents and guardians to please always keep a recent photograph of your child with you at all times. That is very important. That if you do find yourself in an emergency situation, that you've got the photo with you, the case can be opened and action can be taken. But it's very important to take precautionary measures. Please visit our website. It's www.missingchildren.org.za. We've got wonderful safety tips for parents, children, and some holiday school safety tips, and the process what to do when a child or a person goes missing.
You took the words out of my mouth. Just, if you don't mind, Bianca, just repeat that website for me. I think it's so important. Just give me the website again in case you don't mind.
It's www.missingchildren.org.za. Please click on the website. Please follow us on Facebook and on Twitter, and please support our organization so we can keep on helping to make a difference in our country.
Yeah, you can see Bianca and I have been talking for years. She knew exactly what I was going to ask next. Missingchildren.org.za. Let's hope you never have to go to the website, but in case you do, missingchildren.org.za. Bianca, I'm going to say thank you very much. It's a pleasure talking to you. I wish one year we're able to talk about children not going missing in South Africa, but I'm afraid right now it's still very much the case. So contact the police. There is no waiting time. If you get to a police station, I want to emphasize this. If you get to a police station, your child has gone missing, a loved one has gone missing, whatever the age might be, there is no waiting time. The police have to open a missing persons report.